Right. I don't know if Commissioner Abdullah is going to make it, so we do have quorum without him right now. Commissioner Ford will not be here, so we're going to have to do the thing again where so, where someone is the presiding officer. So we have to go through the someone nominating themselves or others and then voting on that before we can get started.
Commissioner Ziegler, you did such a great job last time. I wouldn't mind nominating you again.
Okay.
I second the nomination.
Perfect. So roll call for that nomination. Carver,
Aye.
Winston,
Aye.
Ziegler.
Aye.
All right, wonderful. So Commissioner Ziegler, if you'd like to call the meeting to order, and then you can proceed through the items on the agenda, just calling them out in order, and we'll go from there.
I officially called the Public Art and Civic Design Commission to order.
All right. And now we will do roll call. Commissioner Carver,
Present?
Commissioner Winston,
Present.
Commissioner Ziegler,
Present.
Abdullah and Ford are not present. And sorry about that. The DPW representative joined the Teams meeting, so I need to just sorry about that. No other staff, no other commissioners currently present. So we can move on to the next item.
The next item is the approval of commission minutes from September 2023.
Make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
I second.
Eunice.
Okay, motion and a second. Roll call for those approvals. Carver,
Aye.
Winston,
Aye.
Ziegler.
Aye. Next item on the agenda is we just acknowledge that we received the correspondence.
I will list the correspondence that was sent to you. There was one item regarding the Pittsburgh Zoo entrance from Department of Public Works, and one item regarding the Charles Anderson Bridge from the Department of Public Works and the Department of Mobility and Infrastructure.
So we just acknowledge that
we're just listing that for the record. At this time, we can also take any public comment that is general, not related to items on the agenda. If anyone attending wishes to make a public comment, please use the raise hand function at this time. And seeing none, I think we can move on from there.
There are no briefing items on this agenda, so we will move to hearing and action.
All right. And the first item is the only item is the Charles Anderson Bridge. So I am promoting Zach Workman from the Department of Mobility and Infrastructure. Zach, do you need anybody else to be promoted with you?
Hello, thanks for having me. Some of that was lagging as it was updating me to a panelist.
I just asked if you need anyone else to be, no, okay.
Nope.
All right, Amy, if you can share the presentation. And then Zach, you can just give your brief introduction.
Sure. Well, appreciate all of you taking the time to hear about our project today. So this is, the Charles Anderson Memorial Bridge rehabilitation. and the Panther Hollow overpass superstructure replacement. We came to you, I believe it was in May, for preliminary review, and in the last 6 months, the project has been moving at a breakneck pace to get us on track for the 2024 construction season. The design team submitted roughly a 90% plan set at the October 31st. We are getting our final comments in to the team now, and we've been progressing on the various agreements with the 2 railroads and the utility companies, and with PennDOT, and getting everything lined up so that we have a smooth transition into bidding at the start of next year and into construction in the spring. So, there were a couple comments on the preliminary review, generally about understanding what was presented in the plans, which at the time I think we were working off of. I think it was a type size and location plan, which is like a 35% completion or so. So there's definitely more detail in the plans today. And I tried to include just some better references both on the bridge itself as well as other projects in the area, to give you some context as to how the final product will, like the visual elements of the final product. So, Tony, I know you just wanted me to keep it brief. I don't know, do I just open it up for questions, or should I run through some of the design elements?
Yeah, the commissioners have had a chance to review the application, so if you don't have anything to add to that, we can get right into any questions or comments.
Sure.
I appreciated that y'all were gonna be able to refurbish and paint the sidewalk railings, because I think that'll be a nice addition. Are those also, just to clarify, are those gonna be in the green color, the same as the Greenfield Bridge, or is that a different color?
So our inclination is to paint using this picture on the screen as an example, paint the traffic railing and the historic handrail and the protective safety fence would all be black. That I think kind of reduces visual clutter, kind of allows your eye to see through the chain link a little more readily. It's consistent with the way we've been installing these on other bridges, especially in parks, including the recently opened Highland Park, the masonry arch over there. And also has the advantage that, black paint would be the easiest to match in the future if things need to be touched up.
Question for you, Zachary, on page 4 there. I think there's a reference to that being a flat top fence, and that just means not projecting inward over the sidewalk. Is that correct? Even though the fence itself looks arched?
Correct.
Okay.
So yeah, we won't have the kind of barreled effect, but it does have that the arched feature and the little I'm not sure, the little spikes almost.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then, so is the bridge gonna remain closed until construction starts in 2024?
Correct. So the contractors, pretty much the first thing they'll be doing will be making some necessary repairs so that they can even get their own equipment onto the bridge safely. And then, so at this point, the construction project, we're looking at reopening Boulevard of the Allies in 2026.
Any other questions or comments?
And if any attendee wishes to make a public comment on this project, please use the raise hand function and we will call on you. There were no other comments received. Are we ready for public comment if that is the case? Okay. See, Andrea, if you would please introduce yourself, and you have 3 minutes.
Hi, my name is Andrea Boykowicz. I'm the interim director at Oakland Planning and Development Corporation, and I also live on Parkview Avenue, immediately adjacent to the Anderson Bridge. I sent a letter, and I was just following up because you just said that you had received no public comment. Wanted to make sure that my letter had been received. Basically, just on behalf of the RCO, acknowledging that even though the timing is a little bit tight here, that DOMI and the Department of City Planning have worked with the relevant and contiguous RCOs to be as open and forthcoming with all of the information as possible. And that my letter included a list, or a summary rather, of resident concerns about the designs on the bridge, most of which DOMI has addressed, and certainly to the best of their ability. So I just wanted to say, good job, Zach, and I hope that that this is something that you will review favorably. And if you have any questions about the review process that the community conducted, I'm very happy to answer your questions.
And just a clarification for commissioners and attendees on what might be a bit of a complication of the process is letters of support that are received with the application are sent to the commissioners. They review them. When we list correspondence here during the hearing, that is items that have been received outside of the application. So maybe oftentimes support letters that come after the fact. So that's just the difference there. The commission has received your letter and looked it over.
Okay, so sorry. Never mind. Thank you.
Thank you. If there's any other public comment, please raise hand now. I have another one. Maria, please introduce yourself. You have 3 minutes. You should be able to unmute.
I'm sorry about that. Thank you, Tony.
Yeah.
I am Maria Cohen. I'm the executive director for the Squirrel Hill Urban Coalition. And I echo Andrea's comments. We have not been quite as involved in the process from the standpoint of community comment. However, we have been contacted certainly by the city and actually Christian Eubank, who is our representative. And everything has been very forthcoming. We understand that this process needs to be, it needs to go faster than typical, and are behind that as a community. We'd like to see the bridge open as soon as it's able for a variety of reasons, and in the safest way possible, which we know that DOMI is working to do. So we would like to be supportive as well. That's it.
Right. If there's any other comments, And I am seeing none. So. If commissioners have any more comments or questions, they could ask them at this time or consider a motion.
I will make a motion to approve the application as submitted.
I second that motion.
Roll call for that motion of approval. Carver,
Aye.
Winston,
Aye.
Ziegler.
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you, Zach.
Thank you all very much.
Sorry, I lost the agenda.
We are on director's report.
Correct. That's who.
So I can jump in here for a second for the director, a very quick and brief director's report, but also with sad news that Commissioner Ford has tendered her resignation from the commission. So, you know, I think obviously it's disappointing that she's not here today, that we could celebrate her time on the commission and her contributions to making Pittsburgh's built environment a better place. But I think if we, you know, feel free to send her notes on your own, and see if we can also connect with her post commission. So with that, if I'll also then make a pitch that if you have any potential replacements, please reach out to Tony and myself, and we can help spread the word.
Yeah, I'll just add that any potential commissioners do go through a form that is available on the Engage PGH platform. Even if though it is, you know, a mayoral nomination, it's still any candidate is asked to fill out that form. So any recommendation you have could look up that nomination form for boards and commissions on the Engage PGH site and enter their information there. And in our January meeting, which will precede both committee hearings, we can do a new election of the annual election of officers, which would include the presiding officer of this committee.
Any additional comments or anything before I guess a motion to adjourn?
Yeah, I think that's it on our end. So you are free to adjourn the meeting.
Motion to adjourn. Do we have to do a motion?
No, you don't have to motion. You can just adjourn.
All right. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Tony, do we also have the public art meeting after this then?
No, that one is scheduled for 2 p.m. Each month, and that one was canceled this month. So, and this was the last committee hearing of the year. So
Okay, perfect.
January will be next.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very
Bye.
much.